In this paper, I argue that data-driven prediction is not primarily a problem of knowing the future. It's also not really about making human and social phenomena more transparent and orderly, at least not for everybody. Rather, I argue that predictive decision-making systems, in particular, are primarily a means for extracting and concentrating discretionary power. By discretion, I simply mean the everyday decisions we make about what kind of situation I am in. So even before the question of does my face look happy or sad, it is about asking how has my face been placed into a situation where it is being assessed for emotional state or for indicators of cheating in an exam. And it is the deprivation of this discretionary power that I would argue is the primary impact of our predictive technologies, at least as they are often deployed into social situations today. The full paper works through this by talking about prediction as a relational grammar, a habituated way of thinking and talking about how facts are made, about what kinds of data tend to appear in predictive truth making, and what other kinds of data tend to get forgotten. So it starts by looking at patterns of data production around crime and policing applications to show how prediction actually has a bit of a self-fulfilling element. It sees what it wants to see, it measures what it can typically imagine measuring. These tendencies get shaped through long-standing economic and political asymmetries, and their influence is regularly dismissed as uncertain and uncontrollable externalities. So when predictions run into trouble, they get compartmentalized. It's just a dataset problem. It's garbage in, garbage out. And this obfuscates how patterns of extraction actually shape the research questions, and they shape the choice of what to measure and what to dismiss without measuring. On the other hand, when predictive systems seem successful, that gets defined as or rather, when we define predictive successes as beating humans in tests of accuracy, that also tends to reify the model's own parameters as the world that matters. The paper then turns to labor prediction and especially the Amazon warehouse to demonstrate the extractive dimension. I argue that there's a synergy between intense data-driven automation of labor on one hand and the systematic deprivation of information, predictability, and discretion for the worker on the other. The result is that the same systems that might make warehouse labor more predictable for the manager will do so by making the work more unpredictable and less discretionary for the workers themselves. This echoes over a century of automation-related shifts in factory work, as well as how predictive decision-making systems are affecting other domains today, such as hiring or exam proctoring. In general, my argument is that making human behavior more predictable for the client of prediction, the manager, the corporation, the police officer, is usually going to make it more unpredictable for the target of prediction, the employee, the patient, the citizen.